September 1875, the Texas Panhandle baked under a relentless sun, a land of endless plains and hidden dangers where a man could lose himself or find trouble he never asked for. Jacob Harlan stirred awake in his weathered cabin, the cool edge of a blade against his neck snapping him to full alert. At 55, he'd spent the last decade alone, a former Confederate scout turned rancher, tending his herd and burying memories of battles lost and loved ones gone. But solitude had its price, and now it stared him down in the form of 3 Comanche women, fierce and unyielding, their hides torn from rough trails, rifles gripped like extensions of their arms. The oldest, Talisa, around 28, pressed the knife harder, her side seeping blood from a fresh gunshot. Her English was clipped, forged in dealings with settlers who'd taken everything from her people. "You help us, or you die here today." Her companions flanked her, Vara, stone-faced and lethal with her repeater rifle, and Lyra, the youngest at about 22, her belt heavy with herb pouches, eyes sharp with ancient wisdom. They'd tied his hands while he slept clean, efficient work. These weren't runaways. They were fighters who'd learned survival meant no room for weakness. Jacob didn't panic. Men like him had faced worse at Shiloh. He eyed Talisa's wound, the dark stains spreading. "You're hit bad. Won't last the morning without care." Lyra's gaze flickered, confirming what he saw. Vara snarled, "We take what we need after you're gone." But Lyra stepped in, her voice urgent. "He's right, Talisa. The bullet's deep." The air thickened with tension. "Trust a white rancher?" Talisa wavered, pain etching her features, but nodded. "They cut him loose, rifles trained." Jacob's mind raced. Why help? He'd lost his wife to fever, his brother to the war-enough death to last a lifetime. "Got an Army medical kit from my scouting days," he said, leading them to the table. Lyra assisted, her hands steady as she prepared poultices from her bundles. Their fingers brushed passing tools, a spark igniting something forbidden. She was young, vital, her dark hair catching the lantern glow, skin like polished bronze. Jacob felt a pull he hadn't known in years, not just desire, but a glimpse of wholeness in her quiet strength. As he probed the wound, extracting the slug with forceps, Talisa gritted through the pain. "Why risk this?" she demanded. Jacob paused, needle in hand, tired of watching folks bleed out alone. Vara paced, suspicious, while Lyra's eyes met his, a silent understanding blooming. But was it right? A man his age, drawn to a woman from a world his people had shattered? The surgery finished, bandages tight, but the moment was shattered with gunfire echoing across the plains. Vara burst in. Rangers, closing fast, a dozen strong. Panic surged. These women had raided a supply train near Amarillo, fighting for their freedom against encroaching forts. Jacob acted quickly, hiding them in the storm cellar under the floor. "Stay quiet. I'll handle it." Lyra gripped his arm. "Why?" He met her gaze. Some choices define a man. Captain Ellis Reed, Jacob's old war buddy, rode up, dust clouding the yard. "Jacob, you old ghost. Seen any Comanche?" 3 women, armed and vicious, shot up our boys badly. Jacob kept cool, offering coffee. Nothing but coyotes and cattle. But a trooper found a bloody rag from Talisa's dressing. Hearts pounded below as Reed examined it. "This ain't animal blood." The standoff stretched, Vara's finger itching on her trigger in the dark. Jacob lied smoothly. "Cut myself fixing the fence yesterday. Clumsy as hell." Reed probed, eyes narrowing, old bonds clashing with duty. Would he buy it? After a tense search yielding nothing, Reed mounted up. "If you're lying, Jacob." But he rode off, leaving Jacob to exhale. Pulling them out, Talisa's respect shone. "You could have turned us in." Lyra's touch lingered, stirring debates in Jacob's sole loyalty to his kind versus justice for the oppressed. Vara urged departure. "They'll circle back." Jacob knew it. "I'll get you to the Red River. into Indian territory. Abandoning his ranch meant starting over, but Lyra's presence made the risk feel like destiny. They rode out at dusk, shadows blending into the starlit grasslands. Jacob led through hidden draws he'd scouted alone, avoiding patrols. Talisa endured, Vara scouted, but Lyra stayed close, their conversations deepening. "Why alone all these years?" she asked during a water break. "War took everything worth having." She shared her people's pain, reservations like prisons, traditions dying. Their attraction simmered, hands brushing, eyes locking, fueling inner turmoil. Was this a betrayal of his heritage? Or redemption? At the river's edge, freedom beckoned. Talisa clasped his forearm. "You are kin now." Vara nodded grudgingly. Lyra handed him a pouch of sacred herbs for the empty nights. Their kiss was fierce, tasting of wild winds and shared futures, erasing doubts in a rush of certainty. "Come with us," she whispered. Jacob glanced back at his old life empty, safe then forward. "I will." They crossed together, vanishing into the hills where free bands still roamed. Jacob found purpose in their fight, healing old wounds through new bonds. No more solitude. He'd chosen life, honor, and love over fear. What do you think about Jacob's choices? Would you have helped the women or turned them in? Share your stance in the comments below. Let's debate the tough decisions that shape us all.